What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis, and on today's episode, we'll be doing a review, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the episode 3 of Disney Plus's Marvel show, MCU show, Loki. Be talking about what I thought about that particular episode and how things can change moving forward and what it revealed. So, before we get into that, I want to first thank all my subscribers, the people that watch my videos, and even people that watch or listen to my audio podcast on Spotify and Archer and all that. And you can check out my audio podcast on all platforms that you get your podcasts. So I thank all of you for checking that out and also checking my videos out. And if you're new here, I talk about DC, Star Wars, Marvel, pretty much all kind of blockbusters. I just really talk about all movies. It doesn't matter if it's speculation, it doesn't matter if talking about trailers, it doesn't matter. I really just talk about it all. And if you like that kind of thing, if you're into movies and just like talking about movies, you came to the right place. So I would really appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so you know when all of my videos come out. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about episode 3 of Loki. So, I was really hyped going into episode 3 because really episode 1 and episode 2 was really game changing, to say the least. Because really messing with timelines, and we have a lady Loki, kind of figure out what is her whole deal in this whole episode, and whole arc in this whole show, and how she all comes into Loki's story. And so I was kind of hyped about what we were going to get in this new episode. And so my first reactions to episode 3 is I like it. Not as much as I like episode 1 and episode 2. I guess you can say episode 3 could be some filler, but I think it was important filler. And for the reason of the twist that we got in episode 3. Now, I want to say this first. I'm going to be talking about spoilers. So I'm not going to hold anything back. And if you have not seen that episode, click pause, watch episode 3 of Loki, come back so you can really understand what I'm coming from. So, the reason why I said I like it because filler can be good and sometimes filler can be bad. It really depends who is writing this kind of filler. But for me, I really liked it. I really liked the interactions between Loki and Lady Loki, and kind of just the banter, really getting more depth of where this Lady Loki came from and why is she doing what she's doing. And I really like that slowly we're getting to know that. And in her conversations with this Loki and really just going deep, because I have to say, in Loki, this TV series, just the sit-down moments and just talking, because we know we're going to get, those special effects, big, scenes of action and all of that we usually get from a Marvel Studios kind of TV series or even movie. But it's really the sit-down moments. When you get to know the characters, it's really the dialogue that's really shining throughout these episodes. And it doesn't matter if you don't like episode 3 or if you do. You have to admit that the best moments in this series so far, it's the dialogue. Dialogue, just sitting down in this talking. And that's kind of, we don't get much of that in the MCU, probably because, you know, you don't really have time to do that. But with the Disney Plus shows, you have plenty of time to do that, and I really like that they're doing this, because there's so much you can do with 6 hours. And I'm so glad that, you know, they're finally, you know, taking some time, you know, let it breathe, because you have more than 2 hours, so you have a lot of time to do that. But I think for me, the reason why I liked it so much, it was the twist in this. It really was a twist. And also, I'm going to go into spoilers right now. The twist of the TVA saying what really wasn't true. The TVA is kind of fake, because they're bringing people from Earth for them to work for them to keep everything intact. It's not like, you know, King and all the timekeepers, you know, created these people so they can keep things intact. No, they were stolen from Earth, and that's why you see in I'm not sure if it's episode 1 or 2 that you see Owen Wilson's character. He's reading a magazine, like a jet skis kind of magazine, because how much he likes it. It makes sense now, because he always loved, you know, jet skis. He always loved riding jet skis in his other life, and for some reason he just likes it. And so I kind of thought about, wow, I think one of my theories is kind of coming true. It's like, whatever happens at the end of Loki, the TVA will be no more, or we will at least, these TVA workers their eyes will be opened, and the TVA is going to go down in flames. I think whatever Lady Loki and Loki revealed to the other people, that you had lives before this. And I think that's going to be one of the things that's going to break open the multiverse. It's like, I think that's one thing that could happen, is the TVA is going to go stumbling, and it's going to be broken, it's going to be no more. But I also believe, with that being no more, these multiverses are going to get out of control. And obviously that's going to lead to No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. And obviously that the Spider-Man in No Way Home are going to be called variants. Because if we remember, in first episode, they were explaining, or I think it was the second one, explaining how there are different variances of Loki. And I think they're trying to tell us there's going to be different kind of variants of different kind of characters that you know in the MCU. So that's how they're going to explain Tobey Maguire. He is a variant of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He looks different. He may have the same powers. But you know, he looks different. He thinks differently, and all of that. Same thing with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. He is a variant of Peter Parker from another universe or dimension, however you want to say it. And so far taken away from this is like, the TVA is going to go down. The TVA will be no more. And the people working at the TVA, I think it's really a great twist that they had lives before this, but I think they're being brainwashed. They don't remember it. I think something with Kane, whatever the timekeepers are doing, they are brainwashing these people, these workers, of not remembering their own lives, and thinking like this is the only, you know, thing they should know, is keeping the sacred timeline, you know, and onto the straight path. And I think whatever happens with that sacred timeline, it's going to break. It will be no more. And I think that's going to be the many multiverses that the MCU will have. And I think that's going to be addressed mainly in Multiverse of Madness, but I think we're really going to understand even more in No Way Home with everything that's going on with, the Spider-Man and the villains for different films across the years. And so that's going to be pretty crazy and interesting, and be very excited to see what they do. And I think this episode 3 really, confirmed to me about how things are going to end up and how things could unravel into the movies. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, episode 3, I think that plot twist about the TVA and really made it like, okay, I like this episode, because before that I was like, okay, this is kind of nice, and it was like, if it didn't have that, I think it would be kind of meh, it would be okay kind of episode, nothing kind of groundbreaking, nothing extreme and like jaw dropping, but really, that plot twist really made it, okay, yeah, I like this episode. I wouldn't say it's better than episode 2 or episode 1, but I really like it. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of my reactions and thoughts about the whole episode 3. And but I want to know from you, what did you think of episode 3? What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about the plot twist, about the TVA, about possibly being fake, about all the people that work for the TVAs being mind controlled, or like mine is being wiped, and so I would love to hear from you and what you thought, because I want to put on this discussion. I want to see what you guys think, and so this tell me what you think in the comments below. So this is gonna be the end of the podcast, and I want to thank you all for watching. And if you want to contact me on social media, you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, and so yeah, just come follow me, and so we can continue talking and nerding out about movies. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.